Well, good morning to Summerland Alliance Church family, to anyone else who may be watching this, but to our church family, just wanted to, I just had a thought this morning. I was taking my dog for a walk as the air has cleared a little bit enough to be able to get outside and get into some kind of, regular routine to a certain degree. And I took him to the channel where he loves to run free for a bit, unless there's other dogs, and we need to put him on a leash to be, responsible dog owners and such. But he loves to go to the channel, loves to run, loves to greet other dogs and people, and then loves to swim in the channel. And so pretty much as soon as we got there, he went down to the channel, and he got into the water because it's been a while since he's been in there. And I noticed that there was just a ton of ashes. Along the shore of the channel, a ton of ashes floating along kind of the edges of the channel as they go. It was just kind of continuous and just never stopping. And it was kind of sad. I do have to Google to see if it's bad for a dog to have eaten a lot of ash. I don't think he ate that much, but he probably took some in. I'm sure he'll be okay. But it made me sad because the water is normally clear, and the ashes there were just a reminder of the difficulty that many are facing, and also the loss that is there. That the ashes are something that comes from something that has been destroyed, something that has burned down. And I remembered or realized or was reminded that the Bible does have, in many places, a lot to say about ashes. Or that the imagery of ashes come up quite a bit when Job lost his flock, when Job lost his family, when Job lost his home and even his health. It says that he was sitting in the ashes of his home, weeping or what, but he was just sitting in the ashes of what used to be the destruction that was all around him. We constantly see, I think, the image of sackcloth and ashes, that when someone has lost, when there is grieving that is going on, that they tear their clothes, that they wear, I think, a sackcloth, and that there is, they could put ashes upon themselves, whether on their forehead or just there, as it is a symbol of loss and grief, I think. And I was just looking at that and acknowledging and remembering the Psalms and the different ways in which the psalmists come before God with a mixture of praise and grief, and just I didn't know who needed to hear this morning, but it is okay to be sad right now. It's okay to feel grief. It's okay to feel and enter into a sense of loss. I think we have that picture within Scripture quite often, and it is not discouraged. I think for the most part it is a normal part of the process. It's a normal part of life, that if we do not embrace or sit with the emotions that we have, it could go, I don't know, it just might not end up going well for us in that sense. It's okay to be sad, to feel grief if you yourselves have lost. It's okay to feel grief over your home, over your photos, over a bike, over memories, over cookbooks, whatever it may be. It's okay to feel sad and grief over those things. It's okay to feel that for others who have lost and are wondering what it looks like to put the pieces of their life back together again. It is okay to feel sad about looking at the world a little differently now, seeing forest and instead of seeing beauty and blessing, seeing threat. It's okay to grieve the loss and the effect that this will have on our community in Summerland moving forward. It's okay to feel these things and to sit with these things. We have a promise in Scripture from the writer of Isaiah in chapter 61 that says that God will All those who mourn, he will give a crown of beauty for ashes, that there will be some sort of exchange at some point in time or throughout life, that often God um, will build a future from the things that have been ruined. That destruction of something is not the end of that thing, but that there is more to come, both in this life and in the next life. And we see, and so it's important to remember the temporariness of this life, for sure, and what matters most, that families are together, that God is sovereign over his creation, and that he cares and that he loves. Yet, I am reminded that it is okay to be in grief. I think of David when his son was sick, and he was mourning and he was grieving, hoping and praying that something could happen. And it wasn't until a resolution came that David then left his mourning, he left his fasting, and that he carried on. He felt that there was a resolution for him. And so I don't know that at this point in time anybody's expecting you to have or to feel a resolution of things. This is very, very young. This is very, very new. God understands. God sees you. God is close to the brokenhearted. And there is a deep love that he has for you. And so within this time, I'm thinking of you. I'm praying for you all. I love you all dearly. And yeah, God bless.